Hey, Scotty.
Hey, Dave.
You were just saying it's Dizzy Gillespie's 100th birthday this year.
Yeah, this year he would have been 100 years old on October 23rd, I think. 22nd
Wow.
or 23rd, yeah.
Tell people who you are and where you're from and what you do.
Oh, Scotty Barnhart, trumpeter, director of the Count Basie Orchestra. Been with the orchestra now like 24 years, something like that. But before that, with Marcus Roberts, and I still play with him a little bit, and a few other people, and professor at Florida State University, living in Los Angeles.
And we were just talking about Art Farmer here.
Yeah.
This is the program from Art's Celebration of Life from when he passed in 1999. And in the main picture of this, he was holding this instrument. This is his last Monette Flumpet, and it's a decorated presentation instrument, which means that it has icons and symbols saw-pierced into the metal that tell the life story of Art and depict his heroes and mentors and teachers and friends.
Exactly right.
For example, on the back brace there, we have the tenor saxophone, which would be, Clifford Jordan or Benny Golson.
Oh, Benny Golson, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then the bass right there, closest to Art's heart,
His
is
brother.
his brother Addison, who passed. Then there's Sheldon the cat, my cat, keeping an eye on Art. At the bottom there, really closest to Art's heart, is the icon for Pops, for Louis Armstrong, with the lightning bolts coming, diamonds coming out of the bell. So the fedora coming from Pops is Roy Eldridge.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And then there's Dizzy, just above Roy Eldridge, with the trademark puff cheeks and the bell bent up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful, man.
Of course, this was his friend Clifford Brown, and that's a Brownie camera there. And of course Miles with his bell pointed to the floor. Cootie Williams.
With the plunger, yeah.
Yeah. Now, did Cootie Williams play with both Ellington and Basie?
No, just Ellington.
Just Ellington. Okay. And then Fat Girl, which is Fats Navarro, right? And then on the front brace, my favorite icon of all, in addition to the stars and the diamonds, is the Edison light bulb. So Edison invented the light bulb. So we have a light bulb with a Hershey's Kiss. And then the Hershey's Kiss for the element of the light bulb here, because Sweets would blow a kiss to the audience after a solo. So Edison, the light bulb, Hershey's Kiss, Sweets, Harry Sweets Edison. And Harry Sweets Edison played with
Count Basie.
what years about?
He joined 1938, and he was there. He was there 12 years, and I think that's what he told me. And when I first joined Basie in '93, I met Sweets that same year, and he said I was sitting in his chair, the same chair he was sitting.
Wow. What year would that have been about?
I met Sweets in '93 in Nice, France, 1993.
Wow.
So he said, "Yeah, you sit in my chair, man. I'll sit there in 1938."
That's wild.
Yeah, man.
The bottom valve caps for Art were personalized so that there's turquoise inlaid here from Arizona. Art was from Arizona.
Oh.
And the turquoise is kind of in the shape roughly of a river inlaid here for the Rio Grande, which he lived near. And then also more Arizona turquoise in the finger buttons, which are inlaid with 18 karat gold and Arizona turquoise. The front brace up here we have from bottom to top, we have KD for Kenny Durham. And then up at the top we have the book with the L for Booker Little. And then over there on the left we have the nose with the mustache. And that's because when we built this horn as we were finishing it, Clark Terry sat right over there in that chair when he visited the shop one time. We said, "Clark, we're building this horn for Art. We want to have you depicted as an icon on this horn because Art wants you on the horn along with Sweets Edison and all these other great players. What do you think we should do for an icon for you?" And Clark said, "Well, Art and I both have mustaches and noses with big bushy mustaches, so just do a mustache." So that's the icon that Tammy Dean, our goldsmith friend that does the saw piercing, that's what she picked.
Wow, man.
Yeah. Art called me from the Jazz Showcase in Chicago one time after he got this horn, and he says, "Dave, you got to hear this." He called me on the jazz club's landline. He said, "You got to hear this. Hold on." It was a sound check. So I'm listening on the phone, and I hear Art go over to his horn and pick the horn up, and he starts improvising around Stardust. And he's playing and playing and playing, and he starts going higher and higher, and he was improvised up to double C on this horn. He said, "Yeah," and then he came back on the phone, "Yeah, I got the double C. I found the double C on this horn, and it's easy."
Jesus. Wow.
And I really regret not going to the jazz, getting on a plane right then and going to the Jazz Showcase to hear him.
Wow, man. Yeah, man, wow, man. I would love to have heard that.
Yeah. Then here's a picture from when we made Art's decorated Flumpet. There's Tammy who does the saw piercing, and that's a shop picture the day that he took delivery of the instrument. I invented the Flumpet for art. After he got his Monette trumpet, I heard him play it. I went to Sweet Basil and heard Art at Sweet Basil, you know, with Rufus Reed and all those guys, and his small group. And I thought, you know, he's having so much fun. He's playing all these high notes he's never played before, since he played trumpet the last time, which had been a couple decades. But I just didn't hear enough warmth and depth of sound. And the flugelhorn was not the answer for that either. So I went back to Chicago and made the first Flumpet, and then brought it to him. Boy, was I nervous bringing him the first Flumpet. But he took to it and started playing it immediately, and then that's all he ever played for the rest of his career. Art Farmer. Anyway, Scotty, thank you for sitting here with me.
Absolutely, man. My
as
pleasure,
we
Dave.
talk about this stuff a little bit.
Great guy, man.
And there's Art Farmer, my friend and hero, Art Farmer.
Beautiful.